All right, I wanted to go ahead and react to this video. It's titled "Ninja Explains His Fall Off." Why I'm not gonna watch the other stuff, but I do. I think I know what clip this is. This might be a Valkyrae clip, but I really want to see Ninja talk about his fall off because a lot of people have been like making fun of Ninja. They've been trolling him and talking about, oh, bro, like you don't average 100,000 viewers anymore, dude. You fell off. But here's the truth: he still pulls thousands of viewers. Like, if I was Ninja, do you think I would give a fuck about what anybody got to say about me? Bitch, I'm a multi-millionaire. What? He's set for life. He's legitimately set for life, bro. And I feel like that's one of the things that kind of sucks about modern streaming, and that's why people bot, because everybody is so caught up on other people's view counts and how they're doing. And if you're not averaging the same amount of, if you're not averaging this number in my head that I imagine of you, you fell off. But y'all gotta understand, as a content creator, falling off is inevitable. Every content creator will have a day where they fall off. Every single one. You're never gonna be, it's called having a prime. You know what I mean? And Ninja came up during the prime of Fortnite. And the reason why he was so popular, like him, TSM Daquan, Hamlin's Myth, who else? Tim the Tatman, all these guys. The reason why they were all so successful is because there was a gap in skill during the time of when Fortnite was out. Nobody knew how to build. So if you could just build a little bit, dude, you were winning like every single game. Like if you go back and you look at all the old gameplay and you compare it to the pros now, do you know what Peterbot will do to somebody like Ninja? He'll embarrass him. They could run that the race 100-1. Peterbot will win 100 games in a row before Ninja could even win one. Dead ass. But yeah, let's see what's going on, bro. I feel like Ninja, if he really wanted to be relevant, then he could have got on that wave where he could be doing what, like, he could be in the pro scene, like Clicks in them, but he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to play Fortnite professionally. I think he plays Marvel Rivals nowadays. Let's go to Twitch tracker. Boom. Is Ninja here? Up is Ninja. He could have gone to Cypher PK route, but he doesn't like what he's doing. What does Cypher PK do? Yeah, he averages like 5,000. Hold on, let's see what he averages in the past 30 days. That's not bad. That's still good with a peak viewership of 20,000. Bro, there's a difference between doing content for views and doing content that you like. You know what I mean? Like, look. Yeah, bro, and to be honest with you, it's like, yeah, he just peaked. And ever since what? Ever since like 2020, he's been maintaining what he's got. He didn't really, technically, if you think about it, he didn't really fall off. He just peaked. That was literally it. All right, let's take a look at his streams. I want to see what he's doing. Yeah, he just plays, bro, he's playing League of Legends, Fortnite. He played Peak. Fortnite and League of Legends every single day and a little bit of just chatting. Teaching Cloaksy League of Legends all day vibing. Come chill and come hang. So he's doing OG Twitch content, bro. That's not even the meta right now. The meta is the ADHD, dopamine, super annoying, loud, type content, bro. I don't think Ninja wanted to do that. I think he just wanted to stay true to himself.
He was trying to get into streaming. I met him at the Catholic Creator Conference.
David was also a professional Fortnite player.
Magic. He's a really cool dude. And he sent me the thing we talked about the other day, the Ludwig thing.
I mean, bro, he ran up millions of dollars, especially when he went. You remember when he went to Mixer, and then I think he signed like a kick deal at the time when they were giving away bread. Ninja's got a bag.
Where he tried to stream with no viewers and start over and not use his name, you know. And then Ludwig, I think, talked after about just how hard discoverability is on Twitch. What do you think they can do better to make it more discoverable, if you agree with that?
I mean, it's not that I don't agree with it. It's just not going to happen anymore. Like they don't, like Twitch doesn't need people to find someone with no viewers and make them have 100 viewers, right? Like that isn't. They're not benefit from that essentially,
So
right?
they're not prioritized. So that's why I don't prioritize what you're saying.
I mean, but that's the thing. It's not like I don't know how to explain. I do know how to explain it. It's always the streamer's job to get viewers. And back in the day, there was no one really. There weren't that many people streaming, so it was easier to build a following. But like, there's like.
Yeah,
It's
shit
not
is so crazy. Everybody and their mom is trying to do this shit, bro.
not Twitch's. I don't know how to make it like sound like articulate what I'm trying to say without sounding like a dick. But at the end
If not Nizzy, you was in college, not that ass.
of the day, like it's up to you to stream and get the viewers and figure out how to build a community. It's not Twitch's job, right?
I do agree with that. I think they should. I think it's a 50-50 thing, though. I think they should help you try to get discovered more. Like, they have a few things like raids and the recommended. But the most that Twitch can do, like, in terms of pushing discoverability is put you on the front page, which they don't do that shit to everybody. They're not doing that shit to everybody, especially if you're a no-name. Recommended, that's not a bad feature. And then raids. But raids, that shit doesn't really do anything. It helps, but you could have, like, 100 people from a raid, right? You'll probably get 1, maybe 2 people that'll really come back. Other than that, not really.
And nowadays, the platform has changed, the space has changed, and you really do have to utilize social media and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube Shorts and build your content there and direct them to your live stream.
Nah, facts.
That's been the case for a long time now, and it's still the same case. The only way to get more viewers, I mean, like, could they make it so that, like, if you're like a niche streamer playing like a niche game, could they make it so that, like, you know, you can find, like, it's easier to find like those types of games or streamers, but like then that would require you as a viewer, when you log into Twitch, filling out something like these are the games I'm interested in, or like, you know what I mean, like, and then they can be like, oh, we recommend these streamers for you then, or like, you know, here's the category of the game that you want, and like kind of spoon feed you it. But even back in the day, like, it still wasn't easy. Like, you had to put in 8 hours. You had to be streaming more than that in order to get viewers. And now it's like, now it's easier. It's literally easier. I actually think it's easier to get viewers now than it was back then.
Low key, I agree. Because back then we didn't have short form content and clipping and all that shit. I do agree. I do think it is a lot easier now. And YouTube is a lot easier to figure out than what it was back then. I just think the viewers, it's just getting the right viewers is the problem, bro. That's the thing. You know, I put in work as a mod when people tell me you ain't one of Nizzy's top mods. You are my top mod, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Bosmic. You are my top mod.
If you are funny and are good at editing and are talented,
ooh, I hate that shit. I hate it. I hate editing. I hate editing, bro. If it's so easy, why don't you have 10K viewers? Come on, bro. It's not that easy. It's easy in theory, but low-key, I feel like one of the things that sets me back, in my case, I hate editing. I can't do that shit. I'm not gonna lie. I hate clipping. I hate watching myself back. That's like the number one thing that has held me back. If I had a consistent chain of clips, like consistent, it'd be over with. Here's the thing, right? I'll have somebody with me for like a week, 2 weeks, and then they just stop. Like every time I try to get a clipper, they'll be on board for like a week, 2 weeks, then they just disappear and they stop, and then that shit is just over. Be a motivational streamer. I am a motivational streamer. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's just too much, bro.
like, look at Queso, dude. Queso is a prime example of somebody who was just
Queso, but Queso, people forget he came up at the first and foremost, you got to give credit to where credit is due. Queso is a generational talent. I'm not gonna lie, bro. His ability to get people to care about shit is amazing. Like that whole Goob Lagoon series, I was invested. I was happy when he hit 5 stars. Is Queso still up? He's up crazy, and he's gonna continue to go up. He's got like 8 million subs on YouTube. Is Queso up right now? He's gonna be even more up. We're heading to his meta. He blew up at the perfect time before things got fucked up. And now everything is gonna be spinning back to his meta. So it's just gonna go straight back, and he's gonna get more viewers, bro. Look at this. 8 million, damn near 9 million subs. You talking about his Queso out? Bro, every video banging. And was good. Every video getting views. We hit 5 stars in 6 hours, 156,000. No, I'm Not Human, 638,000. Every video getting over 500,000 views every single time. And he's not doing too much. He's not really editing like that. Why? Because he's engaging just by himself. He don't need to do all that shit. And people are, bro, it doesn't matter what the fuck he's doing. He's playing indie games. Every single day he's playing a different indie game, bro. That is a generational talent in a time where people are saying that gaming is dead. Even though we know gaming, the real people know, gaming isn't dead. We know that. We know that that shit is not true. But come on, you gotta give credit to where credit is due. Generational talent, bro. I love what he's done because he's good at getting people to care. Like, he's so high, like, even Valkyrae, she, like, talked about it, right? The thing that makes Queso so generational is that he'll stream for, like, 3 hours, right? He'll play, like, 1 to 2 games, and while he's playing those games, he's giving you the most amount of emotion. He's giving you the most amount of energy. He's engaging. Yo, chat! You think we should add a slide on the Goo Lagoon? Oh, we got the death slide right here. Like, it's inside jokes. You see a death slide. He hired a whatchamacallit, a lifeguard named Cade, and he's pushing people off the slides and killing people. That shit is funny. Like, he's funny, bro. Come on. You got to give credit to where credit is due. He really is the one that's been giving me so much hope because this next era, all the people that got inspired from him, and once you see more desktop people really kicking down the door, bro, and the appetite of the viewers has changed, this next meta is going to be generational, bro. I'm so excited for this next meta. Because everybody was like, oh my god, you went to Streamer University and you didn't even do nothing. Bitch, what the fuck you want me to do? Chase Rakai around all day? I'm 27 years old. Why didn't you go to DDG's room in the middle of the night and try to cuddle up with him? Maybe because I'm a man. What the fuck? Why didn't you go Riz some shit? Because I don't have motion, bitch. They was going for the guys that had motion. I don't like to do Riz content. That shit is corny. Gimmick content is on the way out. Gimmick content is played out, bro. And we noticed it. Especially, you realize, the bubble pop. We seen it in real time, bro. All those people that we seen really do their shit when the bot update hit and the Mafiathon hit, and they weren't doing any crazy over-the-top fucking events because they didn't want to compete against Kai. And you seen their viewership, that shit was at 10,000 viewers, 4,000 viewers, some people even less. You like, damn, people only like you when you're doing something. They don't like you for you. You're relying on crutches and gimmicks. There's no longevity in that. That's not the type of creator I want to be. I want to be the type of creator, bro, where we have a good time every single day and there's a legitimate connection. Creators, streamers nowadays, they have these egos. Bro, I've seen people who don't even read people's names in your chat, and you don't even have that many viewers. You know this person's name. Just say their name. Yo, chat, should I take a piss now or later? Why are you always saying chat? Your chat is not flying. Say the names. You don't even remember people's names. You don't even have a legitimate community. What are we talking about? This meta is burnt. This over the top, bro, meta is starting to, it's like a candle. That the burn is starting to just go out little by little by little. And a lot of the people that you've seen who kind of got a little bit of motion in this shit, they're not going to be around next year. They're not going to be around next year. No, Kai is a different story. Kai has 100,000 people watching him. He can't read somebody's name individually. I'm talking about people who you can see the chat. When you're up at a certain level in the chat, it's just like Queso, Jinxie, Kai, Speed. These guys can't read their chat. Unless you put it in slow mode, and even then. You get what I'm saying? The candle is, yes, exactly. The candle is burning out on this meta, and I can't wait. Because a lot of these people that were just here for the hype, that thought they were going to... Bro, a lot of people didn't want to actually be real streamers. They wanted to be the second version of Kai. They wanted to be the next Kai. It's like, when I think streamer, do you know what I think of? I think of like the old school streamers. I think of XQC. I think of Asmongold. I think of Ninja. I think of like all these guys that were like older, like the older streamers, you know what I mean? Like actually like playing video games and like being engaging. Like I think of like Aiden Ross and shit like that, right? And it's like everybody thinks of like these IRL streamers now. And there's some people, bro, like you could tell, it's like when I hear some of these creators talk, it's like I know that you weren't here. Like I knew you weren't here for a minute. Like I can tell, oh yeah, you know, you're just like sitting at the desktop and shit. Huh? What is that supposed to mean? So that makes me less of a streamer or not as engaging or not as engaging? I don't need to have my phone up in a fucking random obscure ass location walking around with a mic up to me to be entertaining. I don't need to do that. Maybe you need to do that. That doesn't make you any less of a streamer, bro. And that just shows that you just came around and you're not going to be here next year. I'm happy that a lot of people came up with the hype because they seen, oh, like now in 2025, being a streamer is like the equivalent of being a rapper.
No cap.
You get what I'm saying? They think, oh, like they try. That's what they chasing. A lot of people are chasing the outcome and they're not chasing the process. And when you're a streamer, bro, it is the path to the most resistance. Because you dead have to put in so much groundwork outside of streaming. And then you have to put all the effort into planning it and then repurposing. And it's just so much work, bro. And a lot of these people that are not going to get what they want are going to be gone. And they're just going to be on to the next thing. It's like podcasting. Podcasting right now isn't dead. But you remember back in 2023 when podcasting was jumping and everybody and their mom was starting a podcast? We got a raid. Who raided? Who raided? You know what I mean? Nobody raided. You get what I'm saying? It's like that. The podcasting boom. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. You threw me off my pivot. Wait, did we get a raid? Oh, yo, Tsunami Rob, thank you for the raid, my boy. But yeah, it's like podcasting, bro. Everybody was rushing to have a podcast and they were rushing to have a mic in front of them and they were saying a bunch of bullshit on the mic. Now, it's not as mainstream anymore. Now, right? People still have podcasts. The juggernauts are still doing their thing, right? People still got podcasts. But here's the thing. It's not as popping as it once was. That's why I think streaming is going to be like, this was a boom. You feel me? Streaming podcast was cancer? No, yeah, literally, bro. Shamar, hey, what's good, bro?
Funny, entertaining, had crazy funny clips that he was posting on TikTok and on social media for like scary games that he was playing.
Yes.
And then boom, like he popped off, yeah. Right? Like eventually started streaming and like everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, he's actually live!" Like, and now he's one of the biggest streamers on the platform. Like, he did it exactly how you're supposed to do it now. And people are sitting here like, "Oh, I stream for 8 hours and get one viewer." It's like, yeah, no shit, dude.
Yeah, but you got to put the time in to grow the clip. Like you've always said.
But you don't even have to stream. You can just record.
Well, you always says what you do off stream than it is live.
Yes, I mean there's reaching out and collaborating with viewers and streamers that are like slightly bigger than you. If you have one viewer, I don't know, try to find someone with 10, and like share your community together. That there's also shared viewing, right? Like there are ways to grow your exposure like from the platform. Like with shared viewing and obviously collaborating with other smaller streamers and trying to share your audiences with one another. Like I always recommended starting, you don't want to be like, oh, I'm gonna be the next Fortnite streamer and go into like the most,
God,
the most
dang, Ninja.
Dense.
He's a yapper.
Space on the platform, right? Like I wouldn't recommend. What is my aim? I wouldn't recommend playing League of Legends and being like, I'm gonna be a League streamer and just like starting with League or starting with Call of Duty. So like starting with some of the most popular games on the platform. Like, oh, I'm just gonna start streaming Counter-Strike. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, technically, I didn't even plan on doing it, but Halo, like, there weren't a lot of people. There were like less than 50 people streaming Halo at the time when I started, and that's because just no one played it. It had a really small ceiling. There weren't a lot of people that were watching it either. So like, it was easy for me to like, get 5 viewers, then 10 viewers, then 20 viewers.
Low-key, he's giving me strategy, bro. You gotta go from category to category to category.
And I mean, I still think that can work.
Bro, oh my god, bro. The dopamine is fucking infecting your brains. He's kicking real game. I'm listening. I'm like, okay, and y'all, oh my god, only yapping, top tier yapping. Like, oh my god, it's not stimulating. Where's the inspirational music in the background? Where's the 2x speed, bro? Where's the 2x speed, bro? Where's the animated captions in the gameplay on the bottom? I need stimulation. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Lock in for one moment in life.
Streaming in smaller category niche games where there aren't a lot of people there, so the discoverability goes up. And yeah, your ceiling is lower, and there aren't a lot of people that are watching. But like, are you trying to get 10 viewers or not?
There's literally gameplay.
Be funny, be good, beyond. I mean, there's so many. Like, be the number one. Like, get there are a lot. There are guys doing it in Marvel Rivals, right? They're like top 500 Celestia players streaming 24/7, and all they're doing is making content on TikTok constantly and streaming on TikTok, and they're saying, "I'm the number one player here. I'm the number one player here. Come watch me." And like, they're building audiences that way. But it starts with just content. You have to make good, fun, entertaining, interesting content. You have to post it on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and like, make sure that your hashtags are right, make sure that the content's right, make sure that you're cooking, and you're not just live 8 hours, not talking to viewers because you don't have any, with a terrible webcam quality, bad mic quality, and you're sitting here, nothing to offer. You're in gold, and you're a gold player in League of Legends, so you're not even close to being the top 1% of like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's that mindset of like, oh, I've been live for 8 hours and I have no viewers. What's happening? Like, why aren't I getting viewers? It's like, what do you mean? What, like, people aren't just going to be like, and people like, oh, it's Twitch's job for you to come find me. Like, they need to make it so you can find me that I'm live. Like, that's literally never how it was back in the day.
Let me boot up Rivals. Fuck it. Should I boot up Rivals?
10 years ago, 14 years ago, it wasn't Twitch's job to be like, hey, this streamer's here. Look at these small streamers. You just fucking grinded.
Dude, Queso's crazy, man. Like, when
he's a perfect example, man.
He is. And like, I'll go watch him play. I'm like, this guy has 50,000 viewers. He's playing a game that looks like it was made by a 10-year-old, and everyone loves it.
A lot of those games are like made by people. I mean, they're like $1, right? Like, he plays like random scary games that have like, a couple reviews on Steam, and he just.
Did you see the clip of him finding himself in that video game?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, his reaction was so good.
And then eventually you just get so big, right? Like him, and like where it's over. Like, you don't even have to try anymore. You just go live and your community does all the work. You just react to clips, dude.
Nah.
Like, you stream one game for 4 hours, not even 2 hours. That you got 100 clips from that, play through, like. At that point, it's just like a finely tuned machine, just constantly pumping out content. Right? Yeah, you got PO opening. Like, I mean, Jinxie does the same shit, right? Jinxie opens, stuff sent from his viewers, and then that just creates pure content right from that, right? It's Jeffrey. I will say it is interesting to see a lot of people's There are certain streamers' viewerships that have plummeted since the view binding change. I think it's going to continue to happen, which is just good, dude.
I love that.
But.
I love that.
I mean, I knew I wasn't getting view botted. Trust me. I don't think the botters are gonna find work. I mean, here's the thing.
Oh yeah, that I do need to get that channel popping, bro. I be sitting on footage too much. That's my problem. Was he talking about his fall off?
So much about viewership and not about the content, and I mean, it's just incredibly toxic. I mean, I've been getting flamed for the last like 5 years about my viewership, and these trolls coming in constantly around me. Oh, this person has 10. This person has 20. This person's sleeping and has 20,000 viewers. LOL, bro. Fell off. It's like.
I hate people like that, bro.
Why does that matter? It never used to be about that. It was just about.
And that's why this shit got fucked. Dude, you used to have like 100,000 viewers, dude. What happened, bro? You fell the fuck off, bro. You fell the fuck off, bro. Lil TJ is looking for you, Mud. No, he's not, bro. Can we get a grip on society? No, he's not. Oh my god, bro. You literally, like, dude. Oh, dude, you just fell off. Like, didn't you used to have 1,000 viewers? Like, I
making
never
clips,
had 1,000.
gaming, and having fun. Tifu quit because, I mean, Turner's a gamer, bro, but he's like a gamer second. I've always said this. The dude, like, he literally is catching fish, deep sea fishing, and then diving them into the ocean and putting them back into the water, right? Where there could be sharks around. Like, that's Turner. That's always been Turner. Dude jumped off bridges. Like,
that's crazy. Yeah, I just think that's the problem, bro. Everybody gets so caught up on viewership, and then like people feel like they feel the need to bot And everything is just so synthetic and fucking fake. And that's why everything is like, bro, everything is about views. And it's not about the content, and it's not about the love of this shit. And that's the problem, bro. It switched. The shit went corporate. It went. And when that switch kicked in, that's when all the fun started to go away. That's when the authenticity started to go away. That's when this shit started to feel soulless. Because people feel like they're defined by this number. And your viewer, I'm here to tell you, bro, who gives a fuck about the viewer count? Like, okay, bro, who gives a fuck? As long as you're having fun and you're making the content that you like, that is what you need to do. And I'm telling you, a lot of these streamers out here are not happy. They're really not happy because they're not doing the content that they like. They're doing the content that gets the views. A lot of these up and coming creators, they feel like they have to copy this current meta. They feel like they have to be like Speed. They feel like they have to be like Kai. The difference between AMP, Kai, Speed, FaZe, all these guys, they have sponsorships, they have money, they have people around them. If they lose money, that's a tax write-off. Their bills are paid. You lose money, you're fucking homeless. There is no bouncing back. If you fuck up, like, your survival is on the line here. You trying to skip the step. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Kai, before Kai was Kai, he was sitting on the desktop building his community. He was doing YouTube. He was building his community. Speed was on YouTube, building his community. Agent was on YouTube for years, building his community. Same thing with Duke. Same thing with Phantom. I used to watch Phantom stream back in 2017. He had less than 50 viewers. I swear to God on my life. A lot of these people have been grinding for years, building their audiences, and then they went on runs and they built up. You just see the end product and you think you can be that without understanding the first step. You try to skip the first step and get to step 2. No, you need to start at step 1. Build your community. Nobody gives a fuck if you're out and about. That shit doesn't matter because you don't have a real community. You need a community, bro. That's what people don't understand nowadays.